And this has made you be a target. From being productive people to enemies, over ambitious people. People who want to take over. And still, the same people accusing you of your ambition and your ambitious move will go and occupy the seats made for those that are ambitious, made for those that know how to run things. The seat meant for those that can make machines move. They will occupy it and run it down. It's like giving a 2-year-old an egg. You think a 2-year-old might have a little sense about what egg is. Not really. When it comes, they'll just drop it. And some of them that are very articulate, they say, uh-oh, first lesson, I dropped an egg. He said, no. Now, you're going to blame the baby? No. Give the baby a boiled egg. And he drops it. Now you see the difference. This one did not splash anywhere, and this one simply broke. I ate it. This is how they learn. And are we learning? Now, going round and round, pinpointing our blackness and our woes. Who are we complaining to when we, who are blacks in Africa, cannot come together as blacks in Africa and propel ourselves forward to be respected? Instead, we have those who call themselves leaders, placed by foreign government to do in their own people. Does it not bother you that they can go to Ukraine to talk, but the issues concerning them in African continent are not talked about, are not treated? The same people are witnessing the decimation of Eastern region by a government that's supposed to be the giant of Africa. They act like they've not seen it. They've been to AU court. If there's nothing happening, why are they in the courtroom? What were they judging? What were they deliberating? For who and against who? Blacks from Africa are their worst own enemies. And the symptomatic things we experience exist in all the African countries, minimally from the north, conspicuously from the Sahara down to the tip of South Africa, East and West Africa, the same disease. And these are where you have blacks. To tell you their difference, those from the North Africa, blacks, have intertwined with the light-colored ones. I made a point to you one time, I don't know if you remember it. I mentioned to you that in the 60s, in the 50s, when you come to North Africa, you see mostly blacks, except Morocco. Egypt, you could see the black population 60-50 in favor of blacks. Administratively, you see white faces. They knew nothing about discrimination. And then the monster, the devil, started showing up. Anwar Sadat of Egypt was the last black president. And that was the end of the era. Of black people in Egypt. They have steadily changed their color, pro-white, in favor of white. See the Moroccans. You see the athletes. You see it's a mixture of black and white. And now they are telling you they're not even Africans, but they're not African. Egypt, the same way. Check the number of years. If all the black people are intertwined with the white, lesser black faces, discrimination is the order of the day. Now see their athletes. The same realm in Ethiopia is interbreeding the blacks and the whites. Black people, you work against yourself. Your inability to be proud of who you are is your greatest undoing. When we from the black continent, especially in Africa, especially from the West Africa, especially from Nigeria, Ghana, these two countries, they will be like Morocco and Egypt. Because they are so educated, they are so enlightened that they have brought in woes upon themselves, bleaching their skins. Is it a coincidence? You want to be like a white person. You speak English better than a white person. Why are the Jamaicans not doing the same thing? Why are the Haitians not doing the same thing? Why are the blacks in other places not doing the same thing? It's only in Nigeria and Ghana. The two British monsters in Africa, their citizens are lost. Their citizens have no pride in themselves. Their citizens have no value. They have denied who they are. Check the names you are hearing. It is no longer Chidima. It is no longer Adanne. It is no longer Wanyoma. It is Natasha. In 2023, in 2022, in 2021, in 2020, in 2019, in 2018, in 2017, in 2016, in 2015, in 2014, in 2013, in 2012, in 20... Keep going down. You will find out where the change started. Gradually and gradually, we are vanishing right before our eyes. That's the message I am sending to you. How gradually we make ourselves extinct. Your black skin is no longer good for you. You have to use bleach, cancerous chemicals to rinse off your pigment. Shame. Shame. Why? Because the government have not been able to provide for the people. And the people subconsciously become ashamed of who they are. Maybe if the color of my skin can change, it might give me an advantage, not from the jungle. What you're doing is preparing yourself for extortion, and your body will be extorted. You'll be used and dumped, and still your white skin, your lightened skin did not do you any good. Now I counted downwards with respect to what I said about Egypt. Since 1960, how many years? It's around 60 to 70 years. Check the population. Check the population that have speedily changed black and white. At the rate at which they are changing for 60 years, how do you think the population will look? How do you think? That somebody 63 years old, a 63-year-old man, have a 20-year-old son, black and white. 30-year-old person, black and white. 40, black and white. 50, black and white. 60, black and white. You come. You enter. What you see is a different generation that have made it a point that you, as a black person, is inferior. Psychologically, what do you think about your children? They will rather change color than suffer. Those in Jamaica are not doing it. Those in Trinidad and Tobago are not doing it. Those in Panama, they are not doing it, but it's a mixture. In other words, what I'm telling you is that the consequences of bad governance have too much negative effect on the citizens. You don't see it. We see it. Your father is a minister. It does not stop you from making your hookup run. Your father has billions. You as an individual, whose father is a minister in the government, you're not relying on what your father has. Now you want to make a hookup run. That is an example of what I'm saying. If you like, take all the wealth and all the resources. Your children will cut a path for their own. And why not make it equal? Why not let everybody have the opportunity? No. You want somebody to be the underdog. And in that process, we are destroying ourselves. When they finish with black people from West Africa, Ghana, and Nigeria, then the smaller countries, Sierra Leone, Gambia, they will follow. Little by little, like I gave you reference of Egypt. Sudan is following. And you saw the incident in Sudan. North and South Sudan. Our Onyendu is right. And we're down to listen to Onyendu. The media people are here, okay? I'll go. So we're going to join them. Okay, your line dropped, so you have to reinitiate the call. Just want to let you know. Your line dropped. A lot of things that we do have repercussions. And when we eliminate the causes, we also will touch upon the effects. These things carry a lot of baggages and consequences. We have to address them. If you fail to address these issues, then the consequences will be grave. And it is showing. It is showing. Welcome. Are you all ready?
Yeah, there is a good afternoon from Poland. We are ready.
Okay. All right, I'm off. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Mazi Alozie. Yeah, thank you, our beloved director, Mazi Alozie, the one for hosting us once again today. Biafrans all over the world, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on your time zone or your location. My name remains okay for Nosiu. Of course, I hear from Omaka in our local province of Biafra land. Our leader, Sirima, one and only Mazi Nnamdi, Kanu, or members of Shugu Preza and Oyinat in this. We will continue to appreciate him and his beloved wife, our Lord, our first lady, Lola Uchechi Kanu. We appreciate you. Men and women of fellow radicals all over the world. His lieutenant that are doing wonderfully well, guiding this mantle they gave, onion to give to them. Chukwokaba is all your strength. People are doing wonderfully well. Biafra today is Tuesday, Of course, Tuesday is our tweet Tuesday. Is our tradition. This tweet is our tradition. And we, the media focus, are here to educate you as usual. Those things you need to know. Those things you've not known. We are here to educate you. And the thing, we will sim our time today from now onward so that you have opportunity to call in. Like our head of media said, Mazi Alozie, we are 15 minutes people. We have changed our pattern so that we can be rounding up on time so that all of you can make your call, put your suggestion, ask your questions. Don't forget about 1 million man march. That is 3 days now. Today is Tuesday. I am sure that our families in Canada might be leaving this night or tomorrow. Those of us in Europe, please make it a point of we will continue to plead. If you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, please buy your ticket. Go to enemy and borrow and make sure you are there. We are going to be there and we are going to stream it live. And don't forget, interestingly, this country supported us during the genocide against Biafra, 1967 to 1970, and there is a monument for Biafran. And we are going to showcase it to all of you. I'm happy BTV will be there equally. Our people will do the needful. Now, today we have about 4 topics to treat, but we are going to take it two in one, so to minimize time. The number 1 topic we are going to treat and number is this. Freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is sacrosanct. And number 2 topic is Biafran should report anyone destroying people's property in the name of enforcing sit at home. We have to educate you, our people, on what sit at home is. This is our second topic. And the third topic is awareness of 1 million man march in Finland. And finally, the need for Biafran to know politicians that are against Biafra restoration. So I am going to hand this microphone over to our beloved brother, comrade, Ezboten Wachineke, who will become as the hot television, Biafran television, to open the floor for us before we move. Mazi will become, please, you unmute yourself. Let us move now. We don't have that time.
Thank you, my brother Mazi Okechukwu, aka Ekeroro Eke, one Biafra. Ndewo. Ekelena m unu ụmụnne m ndị ọma njem ọnụ ụmụ Igbo ndị fọrọ m n'anya ndị m fọrọ n'anya. Ụmụ Igbo nze mụrụ nze mụọ ọzọ, ana m asị na ọ ga-adịrị onye ukwu ma dịrị onye nta mma. Eke ori afọ na nkwa ahịa naanị ụbọchị na-anọ ebe ọ bụ unu nọ wee na-achụ ifu na-eri, ọ ga-agazili unu. Unu gbuo n'aka nri unu ga-ebute m, unu gbuo n'aka ekpe unu ga-ebute m. Ana m asị ọchọ nke oge m unu bụ m Igbo ọdachi ekwenekwu ya. Ọkwụ na-eche anyị ọ batarịa ya, unu bụ m Biafra ebe ọ bụ unu wee na-achụta ego nke unu na-etinye na njem anyị nọ n'ime ya. Na Chukwu Okabịa ma ọ ga na-enyesighị ihe unu mmaji kwuru mmaji. Anyị na-echetakwa Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye ndu anyị tata, n'ihi na ewezụka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anyị bụ ụmụ Igbo, anyị bụ ụmụ Biafra. Thank you very, very much for joining us this morning, this afternoon. We are on this radio station once again. Radio Biafra is the megaphone. Radio Biafra is the voice of the voiceless. Radio Biafra is where indigenous people of Biafra congregate to speak about their collective interest, which is their freedom. And on this radio, we don't lie. This is a radio station where truth is spoken at all times. Anything you don't hear on Radio Biafra is not truth. As long as this struggle is concerned, irrespective of wherever you think you come from in Biafra land and you are not listening to Radio Biafra, you are missing a lot. Because here on this particular platform is where information is disseminated, and we take it down to our forums, the Media Warriors Forum, where we tell the people what is needed to be done. My name is Mazi Alozie. Ago Biafran Kembona na Biafra and with anyone in it, Malezo Kwakazo, the Mazo Soja, the Meji Ferret. Anamasi, Chukwu Okabịa ma Gozela Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Gozela ma Chike Doziem, Gozela Mazi Saworu, all the members of the Directorate of State, Gozela Mike Ozokome, Gozela Mazi Ifani Ejiofor, Gozem Munye Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Kunu Nina Rabundene Utego Netin and Jeman Masano Gadru Ninama, Umuna Nikel Nimo Fiana Bambo Makan, Chukwala Biafran Kana, Easter Security Network, and Masi Aguamantono. On today's program, we have come again once again to speak to humanity. We have come to speak to humanity today. And the topic we are going to treat today, we are going to be very swift. The first topic says the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is sacrosanct. And second one says Biafrans should report anyone destroying people's property in the name of enforcement sit at home. We have to educate our people on what sit at home is all about. On the first topic here, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom is sacrosanct, of course. And his freedom is pivotal to us. His freedom is non-negotiable to us. Therefore, whatever you are doing, wherever you are residing, and you are a Biafran, you must stand up to speak for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom, because his freedom is our freedom. Many of you do not know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents. Many of you do not know that as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held under the captivity of Nigeria government in the DSS dungeon, we all are being held in that particular place right now. But when you look deeply, we know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself have jettisoned money making and what have you to make sure that he free us from this bondage. Therefore, we must share with his pain, and we must galvanize. We must bring everything we have together. All the arsenal within our reach must be unleashed to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free. Do not forget that as I speak to you right now, a court of competent jurisdiction have declared him. Talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom, what else will you be talking about? Few days ago, I made a post on my wall on Biafra television on my page. I said that people should save this information that I'm putting out now. That very soon, powerful men of Igbo extraction will stand up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. And some people do not understand. Then after that post, few days ago, I saw another post another news where Ohaneze Ndigbo president, Iwanyan, the current president of Ohaneze Ndigbo, wrote a letter, an open message to the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, telling him that the only thing he can do right now as they hot that will make people of the eastern region, the Igbos, the Biafrans, to even give him respect and recognize him is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. He rightly says so, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom is the only thing he can do. Listen, if he like, build River Niger Bridge, 40 River Niger Bridge. If he like, put electricity everywhere, build all the whole road in the east, open, as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still under captivity in the hand of the Nigerian government, all those things you are planning to do for us is rubbish. So for Emmanuel Iwanyan to say that Tinubu should go ahead and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for him to be recognized in the Igbo land and the Igbo people will like him. That is his own opinion, that Igbo people will like him. I did not hate Tinubu as a person. But my question to Tinubu is, why will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still be holding captive in the gulag of Nigeria DSS when the court have said otherwise? That is my own take. Because you may say that Igbo people love him or not love him, whatever. That is your own ideology and your belief. Me, I believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what we need right now in Igbo land. And when you look at the way he positioned this word, there is a paragraph that I want to read that made me to know that indeed the great Igbo people are standing up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I want to read it out now. He said, Tinubu should know that we are not fools, and nobody can tell Igbos what is happening in Igbo land. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very important to us, and if Tinubu releases him, it would make him highly respected in Nigeria and Igbo land. Not just highly respected in Igbo land in Nigeria or whatever, but Igbo people and Biafra people, we know that he respects the law. If Tinubu declared that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be free today, it's not Tinubu that released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu respected the law of the land that have set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free, because we are not looking up to Tinubu or begging him to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or as a pardon. No, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. The release of this man is as a result of respecting the law of the land that says this man have committed no crime. And this is where I want to let the whole world know that if Ohanes Ndibu is begging Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we the indigenous people of Biafra are telling Tinubu to release him based on the law that have said this man is free. Not that we are begging him to release him on any political ground. No, that is our stand, and that is where I want to, stop this particular first topic. And the second topic that I want to talk about right now says Biafrans should report anyone destroying people's property in the name of enforcement of sit at home. That is right. And I want to say it already, Biafra, today as it is hot, that henceforth, any day, Simon Ekpa boys, those people that are enforcing sit at home, killing innocent people, kill any other person in Igbo land in the name of enforcement of sit at home, Simon Ekpa family will take the change. Like when you buy something and you pay over, your change will be returned to you. His family will take the change. I'm making it clear here because all the Simon Ekpa have been killing our people in the name of enforcement of sit at home. Just imagine how stupid this man is to say that people should sit down for 1 week, like 7 days. Nobody should come out and do their normal business. And he is in America, he is in Finland, drinking champagne, dancing and eating with his family. And his counterpart in America, Charles Azuka Wanko, is there drinking champagne, dancing and marrying with his family. Then they want to put our people in hunger and starvation. The people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say that I have come to save, I have come to make sure that they are free, not they should be killed. So Biafrans should make it as a point of duty. Anybody you see that is enforcing anything like sit at home or destroying any property in Biafra land or killing anybody inside Biafra, you have a number. There is a number I'm going to call right now on this platform as it is hot that you should call. That number is a number that the Directorate of State have set out for a very long time as inquiry line. You should call that line. The reason why you should call that line is you can send messages or whatever in that line, then rapid response is going to come to you. You are going to see a rapid response because they thought that men are not on the ground. Men day, but they don't know say men day. We are only obeying our leader, following his instruction. If he say we should sit, we sit. If he say we should stand, we stand. Until we see otherwise. The number is +61 43 42 994 745. I repeat, +61 43 42 94 745. This number can only be reached on Signal. And the second number is +41 77 906 9681. I repeat again, +41 77 906 9681. Call this number anytime you see any idiot carrying gun up and down, pretending to be enforcing sit at home while they are kidnapping and stealing people's vehicles, kidnapping people, destroying people's property. Please, Biafrans should take it as their own part of work on the ground to make sure that we stop this enemy of Biafra who is gallivanting, calling the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but inside him, he is trying to cause problem that will not bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of the dungeon. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free, whether someone may like it or not. Our sit at home is always announced already, Biafra. Anytime you don't hear IPOB, this is the reason why we are trying as much as we can to make sure that our radio station is being spoken, is being spread all over Biafra land. We have so many communities that are listening to Radio Biafra on FM, frequency modulation in Biafra land. So you must listen. If you're not listening, then you can download the IPOB community radio application, the cheapest listening device you can get on internet. That is IPOB community radio. As cheap as anything, you can listen to Radio Biafra. So if you don't hear us announce that Biafrans are going to sit at home for the sake of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to court or any other thing, do not sit at home for any reason. Those boys that are carrying gun up and down can continue to intimidate you, shoot gun on the air and make people become afraid. We cannot take it anymore. That is why I announced this number that all of you should call so that you will see rapid response immediately. And I repeat, if any other person die in Biafra land, all in the name of Samuel Ekpa boys enforcing sit at home, his family, we have the number, we have the village, we have the name of the family, the kindred, even to the maternal home. The address is already with the Ipob intelligence. Where anybody that die again, someone in the family will collect. People will not continue to be burying their own family members. Why someone in the family are out there, they cannot call him to order. It will not happen anymore. Someone in boys kill a pregnant woman in Biafra land, and that pregnant woman that they killed is somebody's mother, somebody's wife, and somebody's daughter. We will not keep quiet anymore. The time has come that every Biafran should report anybody you see enforcing sit at home. Biafrans should go out and do their normal business, because there is nothing like sit at home. Any sit at home that is not sanctioned by Mazi Kanu, announced by Mazi Alozie on Radio Biafra, and the Biafra media warrior carry it and spread it in our platforms, that sit at home is null and void. Therefore, I want Biafrans to take note that we are no longer going to take this rubbish from Ikperima. Kill one person again, your family's member will collect. This is what I have to say. Thank you very much. I stand by until I come back.
Yeah, Mazi, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Regard to what you're saying, yesterday at area, somewhere in our people can testify that. I hope that when they call, they will report the matters. This has been my boys killed a lot of people here there. That intimidating people in area and one other place are forgotten, and they shot some people. It's on notice. I hope people will call then. Mazi Manachu, please unmute yourself. Fearless evangelist.
Mazi Madabuchi, please hold on. I want to get it correctly. Do you mean that my boys shoot at our people yesterday? I didn't have the information.
Yeah. Ataba. So I have the voice clip here. I can send it to you now privately. Mute, let me give it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Send it to me privately, please.
Yeah. Manachu, come over.
Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon, Biafrans all over the world, lovers of freedom. I remain the fearless Ipob evangelist Mazi Alozie. I'm from Ndiabo. Ndiabo is in Aniri. Aniri is a local government in Ojiriva province, Biafra land. I am a homeland broadcaster. Mazi, let me go direct to the first and also the second. Freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. Just like as we have been saying, we have maintained the self-determination. When Nigeria said he would defend himself in court, we never got angry, though he was unlawfully brought to Nigeria. But we know that in all we are doing, we are right. Nobody can defeat us in court. And Nigeria was the one that prepared the charges. They did everything. They are the master of torture. They interrogated. They are the one. They did everything, both kidnapping. They even chose a court. They prosecuted it. They did everything, and we won them in the court. How many times amended can charges? We destroy it. So what we are saying is that we are demanding for the Nigerian constitution to be obeyed, the Nigerian law to be obeyed. And this very thing we are asking them to obey did not come easy. As it didn't come easy. If Ipob did not get this, we stood with our leader in Abuja. Manami sponsored some few Fulani. They came to Abuja with the casket. They wrote it in Nnamdi Kanu terrorists. They came with the big banner. Securities was intimidating us in Abuja court premises. We suffered for this. We transported from different countries, some from Biafra land. People came, religious leaders represented themselves. Fathers came, mothers came. Mohanese sent they sent representative delegates. Elders sent delegates. People came here, came to court. We did not just did not just break it and they say free Nnamdi Kanu. We are not begging. We are talking about what we achieved in the court, which Nigeria promised the world. But Nnamdi Kanu had to stood with them and they did everything we want them. That is what we are saying. And I said it before that Tinubu, you met empty fire. And if anybody is by your corner telling you that you have power over Nnamdi, it is a lie. What we are saying is that the constitution that make Tinubu a president is the constitution that established appeal court. And if Tinubu can be president, as the law said, that is to say, the rulings of the appeal court should be obeyed. You know, some people will tell you, you are now begging Tinubu to free Nnamdi. Begging you what? We are telling Nigeria to obey their court order, to defend their what they believe in. You believe in Nigeria, you have constitution. Then you have to defend your constitution. The issue of Nnamdi is not an issue of Tinubu and Nnamdi is a lie. It is an issue of Nigerian federal government versus Nnamdi. That is what we always see in court. And the people that kidnap Nnamdi, both the first and the second one, in Nigeria and in Kenya, Nnamdi defeated them. That government completely. Tinubu is in a better ground to allow the court order to take its place because he did not kidnap Nnamdi. And Nnamdi's case is not fresh in his tenure. The case have ended. It is an empty case file. So nobody should be pushing Tinubu or somebody will be by the corner. He tell you, Tinubu is now do something. But what we are telling you is allow constitution to take its place. That's what we are saying. On the other hand, Nnamdi must be free. Then on the other hand, nobody can defeat Nnamdi after all. He has defeated everybody. Everybody, both those, some died, those that got him, they prosecuted him. Many have died. Many are in different problems. And all of them almost have left that office of that tenor. So let us go to the enforcement of sit-at-home. I want to bring out points here to our people because what we are doing is what we knew very well. These things was not here before we came. We established them. We will address you and tell you how it started and what it means for our people. First of all, let me tell our people that the sit-at-home was provided by Nnamdi to our people. We are the only people in the whole of the contraption called Nigeria that have civil weapon that is presentable and the lawful, that is lawfully. Nnamdi gave it to us. The Yoruba people, they don't have weapon. If you come out to protest, they will shoot you. Northerners does not have weapon. If you come out to protest, they will kill you. Nnamdi, we came out to protest, they started killing us. He provided a weapon for the civilians. He knew that we are peace-loving people. And we don't need gun. We hate violence. We hate crisis. He think this thing, he now provided this weapon. We are the only people that have an avenue to voice out without anybody being killed. That is it at all. It came from Ipob, but we know what it means to our people. And it must not be used anyhow. Sit-at-home came so that the senseless killings of peaceful protesters will stop. It did not come that people will be killed. Now I want to bring in something. When sit-at-home came in 2017, there was no ESN. People must understand this. In 2018, there was no ESN. 2019, there was no ESN. 2020, the ESN came by December, but there was sit-at-home before ESN. That was in May 30th, 2020. There was sit-at-home. Now you ask yourself, who enforced sit-at-home 2017 when there is no when there was no ESN? Nobody enforced it. It is a civil protest. Who enforced it 2018? There was nobody there because there was no ESN and nobody enforced it. Not even must there be enforcement? Is it because Nnamdi Kanu is in detention? But sit at home have been observed. The people observe it. So why is it they bring ESM? Because they want to tarnish the image of ESM. They want to destroy the ESM that Nnamdi Kanu provided for our people and send them on special duty in the bushes. Now you have to ask yourself, who have been enforcing Statum 2017 to 2020? Nobody. Then why must there be enforcement now? Because they are in a serious what is it called? Contract to make sure that they use the name of Nnamdi Kanu, torture our people, turn our people against Nnamdi Kanu. But they will tell you they are freeing him. It is a lie. They cannot give account of anything. You as a human being, what are you holding now? What you are holding is obey court order. Now, these are the same people that told us not to go to court. That you cannot get victory in your precious court. We don't know we are different. We have secured it before. 2015. Under Ademola, we secured 2016. Under Johnson, we secured 2016 again. Under Ahmed Mohamed. Then under Bintayako, she came up with injustice, granted us bail. We met up with the bail conditions. We have seen something in this battle. And Nigeria have doubled these things. Those things they did before, they saw it as a mistake. Now they double it. Our IPOB, we increased our brain, that is our reasoning increased in order to cross these people. They did not come easily this time around. The other one, they saw it as a mistake. And when we are telling that this is danger, you must understand what we are saying. So somebody cannot be in July and tell you that he's calling for sit-at-home on a judgment that will come in September. Is it to withdraw the date of court, or is it to free him before date of court? This is things you have to ask yourself. Now you ask yourself, why do they call for sit-at-home against no election in December, against election in December 2022? Why the election is February 2023? Now, after killing pregnant woman in 2022 against the election of Nigeria 2023, was there no election? No. Election held in Biafra land. Ask yourself, what about the pregnant woman? They killed in the name of election, not in the name of Nnamdi Kanu. In the name of no election. Was there no election? There was election. Then who is now, what is the game? The same thing they came again. To raise dust so that there will be matters of violence that Nigerian analysis, they will start analyzing on their national TV, in order to be calling our name. They want to hide the issue of terrorists in the north. So they want us to be the topic. And this Eberima gang, they are the instrument of making us the topic of the day. So we are telling our people that sit at home is not for anybody that is holding gun. These things are something you must know. These people say they are in armed struggle. Then ask yourself if they are not cowards. Why are they holding gun? Instead of it to use it to go after Nigerian army and police and the Nigerian government in the north, not in our land. Why not go there? They now leave their gun. They are using their gun to be telling you about sit-at-home. Sit-at-home is a weapon Nnamdi Kanu provided for you that have no gun. A mix of you to your voice. Now, people cowards that say they have gun on Facebook, they have gun, they send criminals to go and be enforcing sit-at-home, which is your own weapon, and they have their weapon, which is gun. What is their intention? To destroy your own civil weapon, and their gun cannot solve the problem. Their gun is to kill you. They never kill a northerner. They never go to the north and do anything. They tell you they are doing something in your land. When Nnamdi Kanu have been avoiding this thing, then I ask you, why is it that they don't go an inch of any land in Nigeria? They are always powerful in our land, killing our people. Our people should condemn this. And that is what we are saying. This is my contribution. The contact is there for you to call when there is anybody enforcing you. We are here to save you, not to kill you. Those people are criminals. Do not involve IPOB. If you see anybody calling IPOB in the name of enforcement, debunk that person, mark that person. The person is the enemy of Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you, Mazi. That's where I'll drop it on this very topic.
Thank you, my beloved. Thank you. Idudu, Isoko Biafra. Please take number 1 and number 2. Come up. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much. Greetings, Biafrans worldwide. Greetings to all IPOB. And greetings to lovers of freedom. My name is Rene Idudu of Yemuno. I'm an Iso speaking Biafra from the coastal region of Biafra land, and today we are here to talk some of the topics and some of the things that is happening in Biafra land, and to also enlighten our people on the things that are going on in Biafra land. Yes, we are the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is a prisoner of conscience. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya with the help of some corrupt individual who participated, and also some slaves from our land that have also contributed money to enable this happening. And of course, the terrorist government of Nigeria under the regime of Buhari, the past government, and they committed a terrorist act by renditioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is an act of terrorism, is a break of international laws. And of course, the indigenous people of Biafra all over the world have taken action to every institution of government around the globe to tell the world, just in case if they did not know, that a British passport holder was renditioned from Kenya. Just in case they will pretend, oh, they did not know. We remind them and we continue to remind them. And we are still reminding them on ground, on tweets, in every aspect that we can. And I want to thank every IPOB and every person that have participated in one way or the other from the bottom of my heart. The freedom of our leader is sacrosanct. If I call that English correctly, it means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. And as a matter of fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been granted freedom by the Nigeria judiciary, should I say, the court of appeal of Nigeria, the Federal High Court of Abuja, have granted him freedom that he can never be tried anymore in Nigeria. I remember when they granted the person of, when Buhari was still there, the imposter, when he was still there as a president, that why can't he free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since they have not found anything on him since they rendition him? He said that I am not the one to free him. And Biafra of IPOB have stood their ground and they have challenged Nigeria in their own court to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, we won that their own law, their own system, in their own high court, after series of adjournment of the case, delayment of the case up and down for a year, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was finally granted freedom, that he should be released, that there is nothing, they didn't find nothing on him. But what did Buhari and his government do? They keep on holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu against the constitutional law of Nigeria. That is to tell you what Nigeria represents. When they call it a zoo, when they call it a lawless country, you should know that it is not far from it. You know, when I was listening to Buhari back then, in fact, I was so angered in my thought, because it begins to sound like a mini god, as if, to be honestly speaking, as if he really had anything, or they have the right to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hostage. Normally, if the court have granted anybody freedom, the person should go. I don't know why Nigeria will be taking laws into their own hand, trying to hold somebody hostage, somebody that the law have set free. It is unbelievable. Now they have rigged Tinubu in.
and they want to use him for whatever use they want to, for whatever purpose they have. They rigged him in to pilot the affairs of Nigeria to the final gutter, if I will use those words. Because as far as I'm concerned, as an Isoko man, as a Biafran, the old man that cannot even remember to take, let me not use some word anyway, he have nothing good for the population of Nigeria, and Nigeria is going nowhere. Now, it will be a good thing for the person of Tinubu, because as far as I'm concerned, we don't have anything against the Yorubas, and the Yoruba have nothing against us. We have never fought a war against the Yoruba or drank battering of land with the Yorubas or whatever, and they have not done such with us also. The people who are the real enemy of the South, the Southwest, the Southeast, even the North Central, the Middle Belt, are the Fulanis. And the Fulani are the one instigating and trying to connive and collaborate with some individual to fight against the other part of the other tribes in Nigeria. And if you are not wise enough, you will not be able to dictate that one of the goal of the Fulani is to either use the West to conquer the East, and after they are done with us, they will not conquer the West finally. But IPOB say no to all these things, because we are not going to close our eyes and watch a tiny Fulani use us to play Bangolo in our own God-given space of land and territory. We are not going to fold our hands. So I'm using this medium to tell President Tinubu, not even begging him, since he have resumed office, let the right thing be done. Mazi Alozie cannot have been tried for complete 2 years and couple of weeks or couple of months, if I may say. There is nothing to hold against him. If there is something to hold against him, show it to us now. But in as much as I'm even saying that, it doesn't mean that there's anything, because the last time we checked, the competent court of Nigeria, the High Court, have said that Mazi Alozie cannot be tried again, that he should be let go.
Yeah, Mazi, there will be interruption from your side, so be ready for it. It will be a few seconds.
Okay. So let the right thing be done. Let the right thing be done. And the earlier, the better. The earlier, the better. If, like they used to say, democracy, let the democracy be accountable. Let the democracy be on all sides, not on one side only. Let there not be any type of double standard game. And IPOB are not relenting on calling and reminding of the global community, both local and international, of justice, because they say that if justice is denied somewhere, it is justice denied everywhere. So we are using this opportunity to remind. We keep on reminding them, not that we are reminding them of what is right. The Supreme High Court of Nigeria, the Supreme High Court of Nigeria, it is not IPOB High Court or IPOB Supreme Court. No, it is Nigeria a system of law that have granted our leader Mazi Alozie freedom to go home. Nothing against him. He have committed no crime. All he's asking for is the freedom of his people. And what did he get in return? He get torture, rendition, kidnapped, and being brutalized, even being drugged. All these cases in due time will be popped up and be revisited at the appropriate time. It's not as if we, the indigenous people of Biafra, we have the second item, which is Biafra should report, educate our people. Let me elaborate a little bit on this particular issue. This issue really get me really very annoying. Some of us can quote our leader since 2013. Oh, our leader said this. 2012, our leader said this. When he came to Enugu, when he came to Ohafia, when he came to Iwacha, you quote and you can quote our leader left, right, center, but he doesn't have sense. Sometimes I don't people blame this Nafilan. I blame I won't call it the gullible, the senseless individual who sees this bunch of joke as something reasonable to even listening to. Our leader told us something that if we build the restoration of Biafra on lies, that Biafra will not come. What am I trying to say? This is someone that have promised and tell all manner of lies. This is I'm in touch with the president of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. Nothing we saw. Oh, our warship is our warship as if we are going to fight on water. It didn't even our warship is coming. Are we engaging Nigeria in the sea? Nothing. We didn't say nothing. And from one thing to the other, from one promise to the other, and Biafra is coming in 150 days. 50 days are far gone. I'm just trying to elaborate on this because of the gullible ones. If not, for me, it's even an insult for me to talk about this dwarf. Because I remember I was in a discussion somewhere, and somebody said, wanted to have me a stupid question. I said, no. It will be an insult for me to talk about this idiot. Honestly. The seat at home, it is not a caricature. The seat at home, it is not a child's play. It is not something you just wake up and you decide to drink palm wine and jump and do jangolova. No. The seat at home, it is a tool. It is a system that the IPOB have put in place for specific reason, for meaningful reason, not just to bastardize it or to abuse it. Sit at home, for example, when we have maybe 30th May, it depends on the leadership to look right, left, and center to know if we are going to have a sit at home or not. Maybe during election, it is left for the leadership to look if there is a reason. It is not just that it's not something that you just wake up and begin to misuse and abuse. No. The sit at home is holy. The sit at home is righteous. The sit at home is a powerful and is very spiritual that some of us cannot even understand. I remember vividly when the leadership of the DOS used it to abuse Buhari more than 3 times during previous 2 years when he was being invited to Ebonyi State, when he was being invited to Enugu State. Everywhere was deserted. He met a ghost state, not a ghost town. He met a ghost state when he came to Imo State. These are some of the reasons that sit at home are made for. For example, if Tinubu decides to visit Anambra State, the leadership have to go and look into detail if this person in particular have wronged IPOB, have wronged the indigenous people of Biafra one way or the other. One of the main reasons why the sit at home was really used to embarrass and reduce the former Jubri Buhari. You know, Buhari participated in the genocide that took place during the 1967 to 1970. They came and they were massacring, they were raping, they were committing all manner of havoc and all inhuman treatment on the people of Biafra. We did not forget when he was still young, when he was still in his 30-something, he committed this atrocity with some of the troops he led into Biafra. Even when the war was even have already ended, they still went ahead and be committing genocide. Asaba massacre is a case study. So someone like President Buhari that have committed atrocity, not just on this is 8 years regime. Back then, when some of us were not even giving birth to, the IPOB leadership have to go and look into detail history to know, okay, this person deserves a treatment, deserves to be put where he or she belongs. We cannot allow such persons that have committed atrocity to step their bloody foot on Biafra land. These are the reason why sit at home will be implemented to tell them that you are not welcome in Biafra land. It is not any person you wake up and when the cock just go sit at home. We are going to sit at home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. For what reason you are making a sit at home? You don't even have agenda, a reason why you are making the sit at home. I have, for the past time, previous time, we will have a tangible reason to even deceive the foolish one, not even the gullible one, the foolish idiot who can quote our leaders from A to Z, but they know nothing. A reason why they should be sit at home, there's no reason. Even this 4 days or whatever he's talking about, not even if it's true, no reason. Just sit at home. Who does that? Is this how our leader have been leading us, Mazi Alozie? When our leader Mazi Alozie used to put it at home, there must be a specific reason. There must be a genuine reason for a sit at home for crying out loud. Why is it that some of us who say I'm a student of Radio Biafra, and you are not, in fact, I am really disappointed in those individuals who are foolish enough. This is not gullibility. Foolish enough to allow themselves to be used by someone that was never a member of IPOB, someone that was eating Unkwabi and Iriji with Ike Kwerimadu. People that holds nothing good for the people of Biafra. All of a sudden, he removed the Nigerian flag that was at the corner of his cupboard. He put a Biafra flag. Me, I'm in psychology. In fact, I will study this guy closely. It's not as if I'm a good fan of his, no. But what I'm trying to say, it took him a long time before he can say, our leader, Mazi Alozie. I am talking about even way back then when our leader was not even close to being rendition. He was very, very arrogant, and he was very, very reluctant to admit that Mazi Alozie is our leader. Every time he does his program, he just says, change the narrative. It was when some of the IPOB people members pressure him that we have never heard you say Mazi Alozie is our leader. That was when he was, and when he used to say it, we see that he is trying to look for a way to say it in a way so that it will not look because his pride and his ego. He don't want someone to be his leader. He wants to be like the Asari idiot Kubo, who is so powerful, so he can sell everybody to get money to train his piglets that he
Mazi, okay, we are changing line, please. All of us, we are changing line. Conclude and drop. We are changing this line. There's a technical fault here, and this particular we are changing. Please, random.
Okay, so Mazi, I will leave it for here as I come back for the next item. Thank you very much, and we must continue.
Okay, thank you. Please, Congress, let us switch another line, please. There's a technical problem here. Thank you. There was again, unmute yourself, please, and take number 1 and number 2 topic.
Okay. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much for this opportunity once again to speak on the hallowed platform of Radio Biafra. Today we are talking again concerning things that we move our struggle forward. And the first on the list is the freedom of Mazi Alozie is sacrosanct. Mazi Alozie is someone that have sacrificed a lot for everyone. Mazi Alozie has lived to expectation. Mazi Alozie have done everything humanly possible for us to be free. Mazi Alozie is not in prison today or in DSS dungeon today because he is looking for something for himself, but for all of us. This is one thing every Biafran should understand. This is why everybody must stand to ask for freedom of Mazi Alozie. I want to take Biafrans to the first time I heard Mazi Alozie's voice. It was a very long time ago. At least I know it's about getting to 10 years now. So when I read, I heard Mazi Alozie's voice. It was so tantalizing and so promising. So but because of what has been happening in the Biafran struggle, I made a post that time. I still remember. I made a post that time, and I wrote that if Mazi Alozie is serious in what he's doing, that Mazi Alozie should come down to Nigeria and feel what we are feeling. Do you know what happened? I made this post. That time I was still in school. I made this post. So when I made it didn't take up to like two months. I heard that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Lagos. The other one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested. I have never seen someone that knew that he is going to be arrested, and he even announced on radio that he is coming down. On that day till today, I remain Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's follower, and I vow that nothing will push me away from him. Now, you see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not someone. Maybe there are many people in prison today. There are many politicians that are in jail and all those things. Those ones have committed atrocities. They have done one or two things, engage in corruption. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in prison as a prisoner of conscience. He has never committed any sin. He has never committed any offense. He didn't steal Nigerian money. He didn't take bribe. Nothing. He was only demanding for one thing, for freedom of his own people. And this freedom he is demanding, he is not even calling for war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been calling for referendum, and referendum is recognized. So Nigerian government has no reason to still hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When they rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is also against international laws, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court. And in that court, they say that they are going to allow the court to take its course. The court have taken its course. The court have said, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And today, they are still calling everyone. You know, this, whatever that has happened all this while in the Nigerian election and all those things, as a Biafran, seeking for the restoration of Biafra, I don't really care. But what I care about is for those that said that they are in their Nigeria and also using the Nigerian constitution, for them to obey their own constitution. Obey your own constitution, because your own constitution stated that laws should be obeyed. Your court have freed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are being asked to also obey your own law. Because most times, some people that are listening to Radio Biafra, they might hear us asking Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will be saying some certain things, but we are not begging him. Just like a fearless evangelist said, we are not begging him. We are asking him to do the right thing, to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that freedom is sacrosanct. It is unnegotiable. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. So getting to the next topic, which says that Biafra should report anyone destroying people's property in the name of enforcing sit at home. You know, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition, and I started seeing the footprints of the infiltrators, I analyzed the actions of infiltrators, and I said to myself, the reason why infiltrators has come is because infiltrators have decided, they have recruited them to destroy IPOB and render Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's efforts useless. Now, why did I say this? Because when you look at whatever that is happening today, they sit at home, they are putting and everything, you will notice that they are systematically trying to rubbish everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has put in place. And what they want, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sits IPOB in a very strong rock that nobody can destroy it. And these people have read, I'm saying all these things for Biafrans that are listening to understand the game these people are playing. So they have watched those that recruited the infiltrators, because I know that they have handlers, they have the people behind them. So all these people that recruited the infiltrators, they have watched how IPOB operates, and they notice that IPOB have a structure, because a house without a structure is bound to collapse. They notice that IPOB has a structure, and they also have looked deeper into IPOB and understand that IPOB have what they call command and control. This command and control of IPOB is one thing that have kept IPOB under one umbrella. It has made IPOB to be organized and not have fractions and other things. So what did the infiltrators do? They came in. When they came in, they want to replicate, they want what is happening in Amazonia to be happening here. Because they know that if they can start creating warlords everywhere, then they will create a lot of groups that will not be answerable to the leadership of IPOB. They will create groups that will not be answerable to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when all these groups are created, then you have put chaos. It is easy because man, the heart of man is fundamentally wicked. So when you create different groups, what will happen is that the evil people will just buy one or two groups up, and before you know it, they will be the one fighting the main groups. That's exactly what they wanted to create. Because when you go to Barcelona today, you will notice that there are a lot of groups that are fighting in their own fronts. The worst thing that can happen to our freedom is for us to have the same fronts. That's exactly what, because the politicians knew that if we have different fronts, we are going to be divided. And when we are divided, they are going to use all those groups to fight ourselves and destroy ourselves. That's exactly the reason why they are doing whatever they are doing today. Now, we have seen this sit at home, because when we are saying that IPOB did not put sit at home, we are talking about it. We and Biafrans should understand that IPOB leadership is never against sit at home. IPOB leadership have never ruled out sit at home, but IPOB leadership is telling us that sit at home comes when the leadership have proclaimed that we are going to sit at home. And that time they have proclaimed that we are going to sit at home, everybody will do that, knowing that the leadership have said that, because that is the weapon we have in order to make a point. So when that sit at home is proclaimed by the leadership, then you know that there is sit at home. The only thing they want to do, the one they did today, was because they know that nobody will obey them, but they want to put confusion. Because when they are putting confusion, they will be disorganizing things and also making Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case to look like a child's play. So that is the reason. So Biafra should understand that these people are working against the struggle. And I want to sound this, I want to tell especially Biafrans in Imo State, especially around the Olu zone, I want to make them understand that this struggle is based on command and control. And this struggle has no faction. Any group, if you are committing any crime in whichever way, and basing it on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and basing it on Biafra, know that you are causing problem. You are causing a lot of problem. So Biafrans should understand that sit at home, we understand sit at home, and sit at home is a day Biafrans stay at home without trying to enforce it. We have never enforced sit at home, and nobody will enforce it at home. So let every Biafran understand this, and also send message to every of your family at home. Tell them that they should report whoever that is confronting anybody, because we know that in villages in Biafra land, we know ourselves, and we know who is causing problem and working with all these infiltrators. You have the power now. Take that signal line and just report the person. Put the person's name, everything, report the person, so that the leadership will know who is causing problem in Biafra land and trying to bring the killer military into our land and use it to frame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you and God bless.
Mazi Alozie, thank you. Well spoken, my brother. I have to add one thing here about the inquiry lines. Please, our people are complaining when you are calling. You drop a message either by voice or just a small article, and then when you are reporting somebody, give his town, his village, his name for easy threats, please. Our men on the ground are doing wonderfully well. Now we are going to take number 3 and number 4. I say all of you have the topic on your private wall. Deacon, please, can you unmute yourself? Awareness of 1 million man march is number 3 in Finland. Awareness of 1 million man march protest in Finland, and the need for Biafran to know politicians that are against Biafra restoration. You can please unmute yourself, treat it, and you make a closing remark at the same time. There we.
Thank you. There we. Biafrans, once again, we are here today, and we are registering our voices. We are speaking to the world, letting them know what we are going through, letting them know how we are being killed, letting them know how our leader was in addition to Nigeria, and the reason why they must free him because the law of the land have said so. However, the number 3 and number 4 topic, I'm going to take them now. The awareness of 1 million man march protest in Finland is very, very important. Biafrans across the globe should, as a matter of fact, pick up your ticket if you're living in any part of Europe and go to this 1 million man march to show solidarity for Mazi Nnamdi's arrest and to register our movement, register our problem to the government of Finland because they supported us back in 1967 to 1970. In case you don't know, there was a monument that was made by this government of Finland in support of Biafra against the genocide committed against these people of Biafra. Because some people were misinterpreting this visit to Finland. Some people say, why are they going to Finland? Is it because of the epidemic in Finland? No. We are going there to make sure that the government of Finland is supporting us. When Biafrans went to America, there are people that were kicking against this struggle, fighting Mazi Alozie. We did not go there because of them. People like Urania, people like Obido Biewu. These men are residing in America. We do not visit America because of them. Rather, we visit America because we want the American government to hear our cry, to make sure that they stand up, and they give their own support to bring our leader out. There are countries we have been to. Germany, when we went to Germany last month, we didn't go there because we want to protest against Kingsley Zebiro, the betrayer and the killer of his own brother. He wanted to kill his brother and it did not work for him. Yes, he attempted killing Mazi Alozie. It did not work for him. So we did not go to Germany because of him. So this 1 million man march was specifically, clearly drafted for Biafra to call the government of Finland to stand up and support the indigenous people of Biafra. We have to set the record straight. Because some people are beginning to ask some questions that are fruitless. Why are we going to Finland? Is it because of Simon Ekpa? Who is he? This and that. He is a nobody, of course. We are not going there because of him. But that visitation to Finland is also going to prove a very big point. He has set up his government in exile and what have you, and claiming to be their prime criminal, not prime minister. So I think since Biafrans are coming there, he is supposed to come out to address them. That is another point on his own side, not for us. But I'm telling the world that we are supposed to stand up to make sure that this 1 million man march become a success, because you have to acknowledge a country that supported you when so many countries were not there for you. And Finland is one of that country. So Biafra, we love Finland, and we want the government of Finland to listen to our voice and to hear our cry, to stand up and support this movement. Then the final topic for today says the need for Biafrans to know politicians that are against Biafran restoration. I must tell the world that this particular last topic is a very sensitive one. It's a sensitive one in this case that some people, our people are very easy manipulated. You can manipulate our people. When somebody come out to say what he wants or what he feels, without you acknowledging first that this person have his right to speak or say whatever they want to say, don't come out to say this person is a sabo, this person is a sabo, and that has been like a trademark in this struggle. There are politicians who are kicking against this struggle. They are not even hiding it. It is open. People like Hopeless also, people like a former governor of Ebonyi State, what do you call him, Devil Umahi, who said that he is going to create another parallel IPOB in IPOB. He tried it anyways, but he failed. We know them. Reuters Okorocha kicked against Biafra restoration. So many of them, including the one from Abia State that just left the government house, these are the enemies of Biafra who doesn't want Biafra to be restored. Now, if anybody or any individual is sitting somewhere in his home or his house, proclaiming and pointing at a particular politician in Biafra land, calling him an enemy of Biafra without any proof, Biafra should be very, very careful. The reason why I say it's a sensitive one, it's not a topic that everybody should talk about. Yes, I know what I'm saying. If you don't know what to say about this particular topic, then you can omit it. Because there are things everything you say on this particular radio station must be truth and gospel. There are people who are politicians in Nigeria that are sympathetic to this movement. They are uncountable. Names are not supposed to be mentioned because I don't know any one of them. But I know that there are so many of them that love Biafra, that want Biafra to come. So they may be, since they swore an oath of allegiance to serve Nigerian government, you don't expect such people to come out in the open and begin to talk about pulling out their support for Biafra restoration. It's not done anywhere. Even in America, even in the United Kingdom, in other parts of the world, when you are fighting for your freedom, there are people in the same government that support that movement without them mentioning it or coming out. But they will support it the way they can. So what I'm trying to say is this particular topic, the last topic of the day, is very, very sensitive. And I am treating it in my own way because I understand the implication that is attached to it. But Biafra should know those who are against the restoration of our people, those who are against the restoration of Biafra, and those who are killing us. 80% of those that are killing us have been made known to us. They brought out their attitude and their character, everything in the open. They did not hide it. So if somebody is somewhere pointing at somebody saying this person is this person is that, be careful. Because something you may begin to attack somebody who is a politician who may like what we are doing but not coming out to speak about it. You begin to attack him, the enemy of Biafra. Why the person that is pointing at that person is the real enemy in disguise. This is all I have to say on this particular topic. And I want Biafrans all over the world to remember that today is Tweet Tuesday. Always tweet and retweet from all our pages where our people are doing well. People like Emeka Gift, Mazi, Chinas Anworu, the real DOS, Isaiah, all these people, they are on Twitter. Go and retweet and pay attention to every information coming out of this hallowed platform called Radio Biafra. I remain your brother Mazi Alozie Chukwubikem, Ago Biafra, Kemba, and Biafra, and with one in Onya Fotata Kafukuyechi, Kenesian.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Let's tweet through there. I'll be back by then. We'll be again here. Let me use this opportunity to welcome Achalugo. Achalugo, now one to talk. One Achalugo, mute yourself. You will take the whole topic at that time in less than 10 minutes, and you make a closing remark because you know the situation where you are. You have the topic there. All of them there were.
Okay, ekene m onye ọbụla ụtụtụ ọma ehihie ọma mgbede ọma onye ọbụla ebe ọbụla isi wee na-anụ olu m asị nke ọma ka meela ọnụ niile. Biko na mụnwa ka a na-akpọ nwaada Achalugo na-enwere adịgboroja ada Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Abịa n'ihe anyị na-ekwu taa n'ụwa anyị abịakwa n'ọzọ maka na a sị na ọ bụrụ na ihe ntị na-ata na ọ bụrụ na ọgwụrọ na ntị agaghị ezu ike. So anyị abịakwana n'ụbọchị taa ka anyị kwuwekwa ka anyị si ekwu maka na ihe nnekwu ji wee sị dat na na-eti mkpu abụghị na ọka egbe hapụ nwe kama na ọka ụwa n'ụlọ onye. Abịa n'ihe gbasara ojiji eji Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ịma na o ji onye na ji onwe. Nigerian gọọmenti ha chere at na maybe na-ejide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu onye ọbụla agbakpụsi ma ọ bụ anyị emechisi ọnụ o ji ejide onye ọbụla. Ha madat n'onwe ha ka ha na-eme. Because in when you get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before anything, no state go IPOB otu kwesịrị isi wee dị. So in when you nature IPOB of Biafra ijide leader ndị IPOB ọ dịghị ka IPOB ọ ga-anyụ ka ọkụ. The answer is no. So ihe a na-ekwu bụ that na otu a ha si wee jide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ha ga-ahapụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu n'ọdụ ka otu etuto toru na ihe ma amaghị otu a ga-esi wee mee itisie ya ike nsogbu ijiri nwayọọ mewe problem. So ihe a na-ekwu bụ that na a ga-ahapụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditional because enyocha anya pụ onye bụ okwu ma ojiji anya for that na onweghị ihe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu melu aka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị ọcha. So ha ma ụma jide ebe ahụ ha just jide ka amara ma anyị ọ ga-emechi ikwu okwu Biafra mana ha afụgo that nwa kịta ka anyị tụpụdoro na gia kịta ka that is okwu anyị anaghịzi ekwu okwu this time around ha wee necha anya jide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ọtụtụ okwu adọrọ maka na ekwu ya bụ okwu kwuo ya ka onye nwe ga-anụ ha ga-ahapụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu maka na o ji ihe nwata weni aka enu aka robe owetu aka. Ọzọ dịka nwanne ihe gbasara ndị oshi anụnwa nọ na be anyị na-ebugharị egbe maka na ịma na ala that is ọ bụghị iwe ala bụ isi nọ ị ga-adụ nkwa awurije so ala ntamuso ala ị ga-ata that is ị ga-atamu nkwe ịma na-apụta na-eme Biafra freedom ejizie the opportunity na-ezu oshi. All these boys a kịta anụnwa ọnụ fụrụ na-agagharị na Biafra land na-destroy properties ndị mmadụ na-eme sit at home enforce na-force ndị mmadụ ka ha sit at home. Ịjụọ ndị dị otu a kịta anụnwa the meaning of sit at home ha amaghị the meaning. Ịjụọ the vagabond nọ somewhere na Finland na-eme dị sit at home enforce jụọ ya sị gịnị ka imegoro kemgbe iji wee bụrụ mmadụ nwere ofu investment iwenatara n'ala Igbo? The answer bụ mba. Onweghị ofu mkpụrụ ihe onweghị ofu that is onye ihe fụrụ bụ onye ọsụrụ gbara aka na-abụ nnu n'eri mana ọ nọ na mba 50 na-etrain criminals na-asị ha jee na be anyị na-emebisi ihe ndị mmadụ na-akwatusi ụlọ ndị mmadụ na-anadụ ndị mmadụ ihe ha n'ike na-eme ụmụ alụ dị iche iche. Onweghị ofu mkpụrụ ihe o mepụtara n'ala Igbo iji wee nyelu ndị youth aka. The only good thing o melu ndị youth bụ iji gokọla egbe kpọbasịa ha n'aka ya ka m na-ajụ ha yesterday onye that is onye na-echalụga anya otu isi ata ofugolo egbe bụ ihu sigu buru si na ji ezugharịba ohi ọ dịghị ka onye ahụ ọ kpọrọ gị asị ka ọ nọọ onye ahụ ọ chọrọ gị ndụ ka ọ na-asị ka ọ kpọrọ gị ke ka mmadụ si wee chọọ ọganihu gị goro egbe kpa ego n'aka sigo ngwa gụ jee napụba ndị mmadụ ihe ha n'ike gụ mewe sit at home enforce mana ọ kpọrọ ofu nwa ọ mụtara zokwa ụmụnne niile relatives ya niile onweghị anybody so wee na-eme dị sit at home enforce. Ifụna so ihe a na-ekwu bụ all this ụmụ ochie anụnwa na-ezugharị na be anyị ụmụ boys enweghị ihe ha na-alụ oge eruo onye mgbe a ga-achịkọta ha niile kee ha agbụ because enweghị ike pụta na that is na-emebisi ihe ụmụnne anyị dowere na Biafra land all in the name of that na ịchọ ka esi ite at home. Kedu the reason why iji wee chọọ ka ha na-esi ite at home? Ị ga-eji wee jide nwanne gị gbuo oge nye ha ka anụ dat na o nwere keke agbara ọkụ na Abia steeti etuturu keke ụmụ mmadụ gbaa ọkụ and you can't afford one keke. Ijide nke mmadụ nwere enwe na-emebisi na gịnị mere akpaghị aka n'ọnụ na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kedu ka o si wee dego ka maka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ka unu ji eme dị sit at home? Onye onwere mgbe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ji wee so na unu mewe sit at home enforce n'ọka nhapụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na-eji eji. Kedu the number one contribution imegoro maka na eji Mazi Nnamdi Kanu eji sit at home bụ ihe na-contribute mana imepere ọnụ si people si Biafrans hapụsị ije IPOB meeting knowing fully well that no Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bụ the leader of IPOB. Imepe ọnụ si people hapụsị to dues na IPOB ha ejezi na protest na IPOB then ịpụtazie na all of a sudden love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ịchọ ka ọ pụta wee na-emezi sit at home enforce or sit at home bụ ihe ọ ga-abịa ime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu apụta for the past 2 years na ha na-sit at home gịnị ka emegolo achieve na ijide that is ịmara ụma ị na-egbu mmadụ mma mmiri si that na ị na-eme sit at home enforce that na a na-eme nke anọ maka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Geenụ ntị Biafrans ka m gwanụ m ụnụ bikonu ụmụnne anyị ndị nọ n'ụlọ mara ama that na this sit at home eji aghọle gị ọ bụkwa for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ka ị na-esi itiri o ị nakwaghị emelụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ihe onwekweghị mgbe iji esi ite at home on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ọkwa asị nnukwu asị ka ọ bụ onye ọbụla na-asị sit at home mara that na onye ahụ chọrọ ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nwụọ because we cannot be in a sit at home ebugharị ọnụ na Biafra land Tinubu ọmadat n'ịnọ as in Tinubu ọmadat n'ị na-esi at home gịnị na-eme ka o si wee gbasara ha onye kwụsị okwu ike ọ na-achụgbu onye ahụ gbuo ekwuo na-egbu that is ama na ojiji ha kwuo ekwusikwa ike ekene dị nọmba anụ nka Prince Darlington na-akpọsịrị ụnụ nọmba ọ ga-abụ ịfụ ndị anụnwa na-abata n'ọmụ ahịa bido na-asị ụnụ ndị eze ahịa ndị isi ahịa na a ga-enwe sitatom echi tụtụrụ that person ọ bụrụ na akpọ ọgụ na fon save that nọmba kpọọ these two numbers etiri na social media kpọọ ya na signal report because that is ihe a na-achọzi ịpụ n'egwu ebe onye ohi esi n'ite isi o jiri Biafra struggle na-ezu oshi were afọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-eme alụ akpụrụ ESN n'ọnụ kwa ụbọchị akpụrụ ESN n'ọnụ ndị ESN ụnụ na-akpụ n'ọnụ ụlọ jikọta n'ije one day fụ ESN n'ilo ESN ọ na-apụta na road ebe egbuolu mmadụ asị ESN ebe ezuolu oshi asị ESN kedu ụdị akụkọ bụ ihe nke a bikonu agwanago onye nwa bụ ndị eze ahịa onye ọbụla gba ọgụ na fonu sigodat na enwere sitatom maọbụ na enye ego flaya sigogo gwa ndị ahịa ka esi iti atom report other person na this number etiri na social media kpọọ na signal ka e report ka aka kpalụ ha ka aka kpalụ ndị dị otu a everyday na-ekwu ofu okwu so bikonu ka onye ọbụla ka anya ụnụ bụla ọwa ị kwesịrị ịdụ sharp dịka agwọ mụrụ anya dịka azụ maka na the days are evil now. This boy nọ na Finland ọ na-achọ ndị ọ na-edunaga nekwana ihe ọ na-eme Ifeanyị ụba every time this guy apụta kpụrụ people nọ na blackmail gịnị ka ọ ga-asị na Ifeanyị ụba merie no private jet Ifeanyị ụba ka eji wee bunata Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kedu evidence o wepụtanwule evidence o nwere evidence o ji n'aka bikonu ama n'ọkwa bikonu ka uche onye ọbụla dị ya dị n'ọzọ dịka nwanne this 1 million man march a ga-eme na Finland yes biko a ga-eme onye ọbụla ịmara ebe ị na-epụta maka na ọ bụrụ na ịtụnyeghị okwu na ị ga-atụnye ije ọkpa ihe a na-eme bụ ka ọ dịrị onye ọbụla na mma echekwana dat na dis protest ị na-ada agaba dat na o nwere onye ị na-agarị ya ị na-agarị onwe gị that na ịpụtalụ today a na-eme campaign for Biafra restoration na-eme ihe niile onwekwa onye ị na-emeri onwe gị because ọ bụ na Biafra bịa tata mụ na gị na-abụghị eme enjoy ị naghị emeri Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nke iji emeri ndị IPOB leadership maọbụ niile emeri nwa Ada Achala Ugo onye ọbụla na-agba ọsọ Biafra n'isi onwe so biko every part of Europe ebe ọbụla ị nọ ma ị nọ n'Europe ma ị nọ other part of the world make sure that na ị bịara na this Finland ka anyị gosi that na anyị nwe onweghị ebe anyị anọghị onweghị ebe anyị anaghị eje onye si that na that day that n'isi dance n'isi anaghị ekwu ọnwụ ya pụta ilo ọ bụrụ na ha amara na ha ga-akwụsị anyị from Finland ime protest i campaign for the release of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu onye ahụ pụta ilo ịmara ebe ọbụla ị nọ pụta wepụta onwe gị ka eme ya ka ọ dị ụda because ama anyị amụ ihe anyị menwulu so biko na ụmụnne m donu biko ka anyị dazi maka na asị na agbakọ aka ọnụ nyụọ mamịrị ọgbụ ụfụfụ achọghị m ịma ihe ndị criminal si na achọghị m ịma ụdị asịrị a na-akụ na social media achọghị m ịma ụdị asị atụlụ gị a lot of lies ka eji wee gobi a lot of you somebody mepe ọnụ sigo that na Maazị Chinasa Nworu that na ọ chọghị ọganiru gị that na Maazị Chinasa Nworu that na o jidere ego ndị ESN jichie kedu evidence o nwere evidence agwakwana gị stop going to protest onye si go kwụsị ije protest ka ezi ka ị ga-esi wee na-create awareness that na aka jikwa onye ndu anyị eji there is no how ị ga-esi wee na-create awareness ọ na-asịzi gị sit at home how many people ma that as in that ị na-sit at home how many people ma in the whole world that na-abịa na South East that unu na-sit at home biko protest dị oke mkpa unu n'anya unu ga-afụ that na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu eji protest egwu this 1 million man march na Finland ọ dị very very important make sure that na ino ebe ahụ so biko na ụmụnne m on this note amasị ka ọmaka meela onye ọbụla donu biko ka anyị mee ihe a ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọ ga-agba ọpụta ka ọ fụ ebe ọ ga-agbakwasị ọkpa maka na gidigidi bụ ugwu eze unu afụgoro that na a lot of enemy nọ na this struggle ndị na-agba anyị mgba akarịrị akarị onye everybody ha akarịrị akarị so biko nu ihe na-ekwu bụ ka onye ọbụla pụta ka apụta n'igwe ka anyị gosi ndị ụwa dat na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nwere mmadụ So all you hands can go on but tata. I still stand by. Obokano nwe ihe ọzọ a ga-ekwu ka m kwuo. Ndewo.
Why that finish your number for the last one?
Okay, the last one.
Yeah.
Okay, ihe a chọrọ egwu no, but like this guy kita no wa na-akpọ Ifeanyi Chukwu Ụba. Unu na-anya unu afụ that n'ihe ọ na-ekwu nyaahụ nwa ọdụ ha against us. Ihe anụ ọ na-ekwu yesterday. Onweghị mgbe o ji wee kpọrọ IPOB n'ọnụ. Ifeanyi Ụba amadat na all these politicians anụ nwa nọ na Biafra land. The need for Biafrans to know politicians that are against Biafra restoration. Ifeanyi Ụba, ọ bụgodo that not against Biafra restoration mgbe ni gara aga. For now, also wee na-ekwu ihe a na-ekwu. Unu kwesịrị ịma ndị politicians ndị nke da against ihe a na-ekwu like enyi nna ya Abaribe. Enyi nna ya Abaribe is formidable. Ọ na-ekwu ile anyị from day one. Ọ na-fight for us. Ọ bụghị iweluzi ihe onye ọzọ melu like this somebody like this hopeless ụzọ dị mgba. Iwere alụ ọ na-akpa n'Imo State iweluzie generalize ya all the whole politicians ndị nke do good because enwe ndị nke do outspoken. Onwe ndị nke ka na-ekwuchitela anyị ọnụ anyị. Yes, ha ka nkụ. So bikonu kwa anya unu sa ka ị malụ mgbe ị na-fight your own brother because onye ọbụla na-support anyị na this Biafra struggle onye ahụ bụ nwanne anyị. But onye ọbụla dị against us. Ejine maka na asị na ofu aka nụta mma n'ozu ọha ọnụ mba. Anyị ya akwụsị nya bụ mentality. Because enyi nna ya Abaribe ọ na-ekwuchitela anyị ọnụ anyị ije ejizi maka na o so na one Nigeria that na ọ na-eme ihe politics. It's easier that not evil. The last time I checked, enyi nna ya Abaribe ka na-ekwu ikwala anyị. So biko no ka anyị mala oke. Ka anyị mala oke ndị politicians kwụ anyị n'azụ na ndị nke dị against us to avoid mmadụ ịpụta mebie ife ma ọ bụ bịa kparị onye na-ekwesịghị ịkparị ma ọ bịa drag onye na-ekwesịghị drag. Donu biko no Biafrans ahịhịa ka nna ya ọnụ. Ihe a Ifeanyi Ụba kwuru yesterday, a supportụrụ m ya. Ifeanyi Ụba sit at home must stop in Biafra land. This Monday sit at home because it is not from IPOB. IPOB are cancelled for a very long time. Every sit okay, on watch and on fast now. All the whole sit at home in the IPOB na-etinye Ifeanyi Ụba na ha ada against it. Ọ na-abeti sit at home Ifeanyi Ụba na-eme obe sit at home. Nọdube. But nke nzuzu anụnwa nke iberibe sit at home alụlụ a na-asịgo 1 week. Most of our politicians they are not in support of it. So biko ka anyị malụ mgbe nele anya malụ mgbe alọ ọ bụghị every time ị na-eme ka onye ala eji igbute nwannụnụ nnefe eji mee nke ọzọ ọcha acha sigbute onye ọbụla mụrụ anya dịka azụ ị kwesịrị ịdụ sharp dịka agwọ. Let us join hands together and fight these criminals, these enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any decay bring ya ha niile down. Ka ha ma that na anyị anaghị egwu because anyị romance anaghị too much. Romance go these people too much. Okay, lugo mgbe anyị ga stand up. It doesn't matter the people na join anyị. Anyị achọghị ịma ma onwelu ndị politicians na join anyị ka fight at this enemy ọ gbasalụ ha anyị. Ihe ama bụ ka bring ya ha down. So all ihe a na-ekwu bikonu. On this note, ka onye ọbụla ka ọmaka meela unu niile ọ bụrụ na ị nọ n'Europe ma ọ bụ na ifuru onwe gị na diaspora and the opportunity ịbịa Finland bịa solo anyị bịa tie mkpu campaign for release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the restoration of Biafra biko mee ya maka na ọ dị oke mkpa itinye ihe ije ọkpa itinye okwu ọnụ. On this note ka ọmaka meela onye ọbụla ka emesịanụ.
Adanne, thank you ndewo no kachalo ugwu enwere ntụmọnde we well spoken. Yeah, Mazi fearless evangelist. We have less than 10 minutes or 7 minutes to take the two topic and make a closing remark. Unmute yourself, fearless evangelist.
Thank you very, very much. Let me go that and touch it because our people have been responding in different protests, and that is why we are also informing them that the Finland march is also just like Igbo adage, like say Ekelonye Aked. Yeah, what also? At least if not for any other thing, we march in Finland shows appreciation that we remember what they did for us, and also to inform them that we have come back again to restore our land So it is something, and also the matter at hand, which is the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. Our people should, those that are in a better position and can do it, people have to go for the protests. We have been protesting in countries, both Africa, both everywhere. There is no country we do not have enemy. There is no country we don't have opposition. But we always go there. We go there not for them, but to present our matters to the government of that very country. And that's exactly what IPOB is calling for. Let us know that Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. And we are taking the messages to different parts of the world, wherever we can reach. Thank you, Mazi. That's what I have on that one. Again, let us go to politicians, that our people should know politicians that are with us. If our people are clever, they will know how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fights this very battle. When you do good, he will thank you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never pinned a particular politician down. He condemned the attitude, whatever you do. The same thing with IPOB leadership. Through press release, go and read the IPOB press release. You see how they address politicians. They hold the matter at hand. That thing you are saying is what they will treat. And if you are going wrong, they will tell you are going wrong. And if you continue on that, they will also tell you that you are against our people. In this step we are making, IPOB will always point at it. That is what we are bringing to you. Because when you talk about governors, every governor that was here during Python dance, they planned against us. Though there are key governors that always draw them in, but at the end, they will be convinced to become evil. But mind you that there are politicians. Do you know that our leaders used to say, small time now, they will start begging me. They will come and start apologize. They will start begging me. They will tell me to leave it. Some people start contacting me. Small time now, if I say now, they will start calling me. Do you know that the politician used to beg our leader because they knew there are things they will reach him. These politicians, they have our land in mind. But because of the policy and instinct, because of the condition, they cannot come up openly. We know why when we are addressing politicians, we know why we present matters that way. We knew that even in IPOB, as we talk about IPOB, don't you have people that have evil minds? They are here. But our duty is to guide the struggle. Now, you must know how you address people. People should not drag you against our people who you don't even know. When our leader was granted bail in 2017, they demanded for a senator. Abaribe presented himself. If you need 10 senators now if you need at least 3 senators now, do you know who will come? I'm just asking. They said that there is something we need in the struggle now, and we need 3 senators from the east. Do you know those that have us in mind? Then why should somebody drag you against people that you cannot pick up a point? People that believe anything we say, we can kill us in Obibu. Did he not kill us? Anybody you want to say condemn, pick up what he did. Do not be saying imagination, just instigating people against people. Hope of is evil. Okay, Zimbabwe should kill us. Python dance. We can kill us also, not only Obibo massacre. IPOB is solidarity with Donald Trump. Right? So, Reuters arrested our mothers and detained them. But Reuters never conducted killings against our people when he was there. We are on ground, we know what happened. And there is a way our leader even after the first tenure of Wike, our leader said Wike must From me, fearless IPOB evangelist, they won.
Yeah, Mazi Malachko, thank you. We'll see you next week again by grace of Chukwu. After our return from Finland, we are going there. Mazi Alozie, please, because of your network, so that Mazi can close the phone. Mazi Alozie, please, in less than 7 minutes.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much. So, today again, I will start with number 4, then I will conclude with number 3. So, the need for Biafrans to know politicians that are against Biafran restoration. If we look at this topic, we already know that it means that this topic is already telling us that it is not all politicians that are against the Biafran restoration. In these 2 years, one thing the infiltrators have tried to do is to rope everything together so that they will jam people against IPOB. So now, these politicians, we have a lot of politicians in Biafra land, and most of these, we know that some of we know that. But there are also thousands of other politicians that have the interest of our land, have the interest of Biafra, have the interest of even IPOB at heart. There are some of them that are silently supporting the struggle. So the problem we normally have is that if we bring everybody together, if we bring all the politicians together and say that they are evil, or we say that they are this and that, then we are now roping them together and pushing them maybe in a way that we are not going to separate the good ones. Even the good ones might say, okay, they call us bad, let us all of us defend ourselves in this. But if we can be able to separate it, that's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it time without number, that if Ime Nkoma I told you, Ime Nkojo I put there. So it means that whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have most times pointed out the politicians that are doing well, and he congratulated them. Those that are not doing well, he never shied away from pointing whatever they are doing out. This is a way for you to separate the bad ones from the good ones, and also encourage more good ones to speak out. Because what is happening in Nigeria is that the evil seems to be overtaking good. That's why if you go to every parastatal establishment in Nigeria, you will find out that the evil people are in charge. If you go to the road, you see that in the Burunachi, the judiciary, those that can be able to put you in jail even when your hand is clean, are on top. Go to the police, the same thing. Because we have tried as much as we can to forget that there are little good people which we can use to point as an example, so that others will see them and take them as an example. So Biafrans should understand that not every politician is bad. But those that are bad, those that are killing Biafrans, and those that are working with the Fulani should be pointed out. And their evil should be presented so that all Biafrans will see it and know their true enemies. That is not, and do not even allow anybody, because now that we are saying it, some of them might even pretend, just like some infiltrators pretended for 1 year, and all of a sudden they started speaking. You must test every spirit. Do not just believe a politician just because a politician came out immediately and started talking about this and that. Always test the spirit. You must test the spirit. These 2 years, if these 2 years have not taught you anything, it have taught you that you must test the spirit before you can acknowledge that spirit. So now, let me go to the third. Awareness of 1 million man march in Finland. Just like Prince Darlington said, this awareness, we are the major reason why Biafrans are going to Finland is for Biafrans to create awareness in Finland and tell the Finland authority that we, the people of Biafra, whom you once supported in the olden days are also still seeking for that freedom. And we are also presenting to the people of Finland that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. And those that came here today are the indigenous people of Biafra and no other person. So, in view of this, every Biafra, because it will look somehow if we did not make it, if a lot of people did not make it there. If you have, this is just something you can put in this struggle. This is something you can just sacrifice. It is a sacrifice. So if you are in diaspora, if you are in Europe, it will not take much out from you for you to do this. Be on ground on that day. Let the Finland citizens understand that Biafrans have come to their land in order to seek support. So this is what we should do. And this is, I believe that whatever we are doing as Biafrans are sacrifice. Some of us are in prison today without doing anything. Some of us are suffering a lot of things just because of what we are doing. And some of us are also putting in their money in this struggle. All these are sacrifices. Going to Finland also to stand in protest, in 1 million march protest, is also a sacrifice. So let us do this because it is once in a while. Let us sacrifice this and be there. So I am also using this opportunity to tell Biafrans that today is also our Tweet Tuesday. And every Tuesday we are tweeting, calling on the world, the Nigerian authorities to obey their own rule and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let every Biafran continue to put all their efforts in tweeting, in retweeting, and in supporting and protesting for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I also thank Biafrans, the leadership of this struggle, the Mazi Alozie, everybody that made this program to be successful. I thank you so much, and I say may God bless all of you abundantly. Thank you, and remain blessed.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, all of us. I see Biafra. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for coming. Mazi Idudu, Isoko Biafra, led us 7 minutes, please. To the third and fourth topic and make your closing remark. Because we want our people to call in today. Okay,
thank you very much, Mazi. Okay, foreign. Once again, my name remain Idudu Ufimuno. Let me greet my people, especially from the coastal region, Isoko Wado, Urobo Wado, Ijo Wado, Ishekiri Wado, Anyoma, Anyosha, Ukwan, Emanu Wado, Awi River State, Awi Bayelsa, Awa Akwa Igbo, Awa Ibibio, Awi Cross River, Manu Wado, Igbo, Manu Wado Re. First and foremost, let me say one thing, in case if you don't know, some of you who will say, I don't care, character. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for all of us. Those of you who still believe in one Nigeria, those of you who still believe in the ideology of freedom of Biafran people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for all of us. Let me give us a case scenario. Before our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extradited under rendition from Kenya, you see Nigerian government, they were panicking. They were trying to, calm everybody down. Restructure, we are going to look into restructuring. We are going to look into restructuring. Immediately they kidnap and they rendition our leader. Have you heard about restructuring again? No. That is to show you the effect, the value, the power of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when you hear people like, Edwin Clark, and the rest of the Johannes Indigbo and some of the Southwest leaders and those who were a little, even Tony Nnamdi, touching a little bit restructure. It was because of the presence of
Tony Nnamdi, not Nnamdi. Tony Nnamdi.
Okay, sorry, yeah. Tony Nnamdi, so it is because of the presence and the significance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that pressure all these people to speak. You see, right now, our leader is in the VSS dungeon. You see anybody talking? No. That's to show you the personality and the importance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we all must stand and stay to Nigerian government to obey their court order that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never be tried in Nigeria, that he should be let go a free person. Thank you very much, particular statement. Going further, I want to also remind us because when I was speaking before, I don't know what happened. But the sit at home, we must know that sit at home is not a child's play. Sit at home is not a game of play here and play there. Sit at home are only be observed specifically for some very important issue, not just to test power or not just to play around or to bastardize it for fun's sake, like the my Finland is doing. So I hope people who are sensible have grabbed that particular message. Coming back to the 1 million march in Finland, I want to use this opportunity to urge every IPOB, every Biafran, every lover of freedom, even genuine people, register or not register IPOB member, to make our time to come to Finland, to also, come as a body, as a people, to also restate to the government of Finland that we came before. Now we are here again. Last time we made our signatures and we saw your support, and this time around, what led to that many years ago is still on the ground, and the issues are still the same. That is why we are here to also remind you once again that we need freedom. Your support is going to be very, very appreciated. We are going to protest, to also let them know that the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Kanu is illegal, it's a criminal offense, and it's an act of terrorism. And also to also let them know that the Nigerian government, the competent court of Nigerian government, the High Court, Federal High Court, have also granted Mazi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, they have granted him free. They found nothing in him. That they should also, just in case, to tell them to obey their democracy. They say they are practicing democracy in Nigeria. So please, come one, come all to Finland as we demonstrate, as we normally do, because we are registered across the entire continent, the entire country in the continent, in the planet Earth. Sorry to say. Having said that, I will go further to finalize on the issue of the reason why Biafrans must know. The reason why Biafra must know politicians that are against Biafra struggle. The thing is that I will say it this way: Biafran politicians are weak. Biafran politicians are dull. They are afraid. They are scared. Biafran politicians are greedy. They are selfish, and they think they can eat their cake and have it. Our leader Mazi Kanu used to remind that, look at Governor Onto. He does not have a brother in Enugu. He does not have a brother in Delta State. He does not have a brother in Kanu. He does not have a brother in Meduguri. Neither in Ogun State. But he speaks. He speaks volume. You that have a brother that can come to your age, you refuse to speak. Why? Why? What did I say when I was speaking? Biafran politicians are scared. They are naive, and I don't know the words to. I don't know if they are babies that we call them, and I wish the word also. They are very greedy because some of them don't want to lose this. They don't want to lose that. What have Governor Autumn lost? Ever since he has been speaking for the freedom of his people, what have Governor Autumn lose? Because I don't know how to pamper people. I said the politicians in Biafra, they are scared and they are naive, and I don't want to use the word even stupid. And yeah, some of them are trying, like people like Abaribe. I appreciate him that he stood during the arrest of our leader the other time. And few others, the remaining ones are a lot of them, 80% of a lot of them are Oteleshuas. They think they know how to, you say you wise. They are playing that you say you wise character. They think that we are blind and we think we don't know who is who and who is not who is serious and who is trying to play prank on intelligence. I saw here Ifeanyi Uba is trying to, coming to. Let me correct his insinuation here. Ifeanyi Uba is not trying to even condemn Merima because he feels Merima is doing bad. And some people say that why he have not come to, say he is scared of IPOB. The reason why Ifeanyi Uba is trying to do what he's doing, that that IPOB is against Merima. That's the only reason why Ifeanyi Uba is doing what he's doing. Ifeanyi Uba cannot come toe-to-toe and say anything against IPOB. He is scared. And the only good is trying to, come. When it comes to external issue, Fulani Esme are there, you don't see them speak. Carrying big tummy, walking all around, gallivanting like idiots. Somebody like Guinness Book of Records would have given a good, what do you call a Mego medal for coming to Lagos to campaign to become a governor in Anambra State. But in other words, in as much as some of them are weak, greedy, very greedy, it doesn't mean that all of them are our enemies. We know those who have killed us, and we know those who have sponsored the rendition of our leader. We know how Wike, with his horrible was a cancer voice, how he massacred us, how he kidnapped our people, abduct our people. In fact, I would say that he's even the worst. He's even the worst. Okowa was in another state playing prank. Anyway, he tried to do it in a little bit. Opus of the man have told us that he's a vampire. He is a vampire. He's a horrible vampire. And you see the one in Abia, the former Abia State, Okezi Bazo. When I look him, I see a baboon. And devil man, he's trying to play division. He's trying to play card. Trying to play, we this side, they treat us this way, they treat us this way, they treat us that way. You wear a cap, we don't even know which tribe cap you are wearing. If it's a Fulani cap, we don't know. All we know that it's a red cap. That's all you wear all through with Adagba. So anyway, Biafrans knows politicians who are working against us, and I want to use the opportunity to also stir up Biafran that it is not every politician that is even scared to fight for his people or her people that are our enemies. Some of them are just greedy, and some of them are just lazy, and they cannot stand they cannot stand shoulder to shoulder to ask for what is duly theirs and for their people. When Fulani come and adopt people in Enugu, in Urobo community, we expected the governor to say something. It wasn't too wide that was there back then. They don't say nothing. We are not even trying to say that come on, even support IPOB directly. Fight for your own Nigerian people in your community, in your state. Those who believe in one Nigeria that Fulani are abducting. Go say something. Do something. Give them security. They don't even do it. When you even tell them to come and fight for Biafra or support Biafra, you are even going too far. You are going too far. Look at the Igbo business that are being destroyed in all over Nigeria. Let me not even use the case study of the recent happening in Lagos. Have you seen any of them? Fight for your own Nigerian people. You don't do it. Asking them to come and talk about Biafra even that one is too much. So these people they are foolish, and they are lazy. They are not men enough. That's how I put it. They are not men enough.
Thank you.
Greedy set of idiots. So I will leave it here. We'll meet again some other time, Biafrans, and I want to use the opportunity to acknowledge and thank every genuine person out there that is supporting this struggle one way or the other. I sincerely appreciate you all. I will say that may the land that you step upon, may it continue to bless you and protect you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mazi, thank you for doing the needful today. Thank you for coming. Biafrans all over the world, I think we'll come to the end of this program. Those of you in Europe, don't forget, we want to see you in Finland. And by grace of Chukwu Kabiyama, the 1 million man match, Mazi Alozie, will be coming on your platform tomorrow to put the last finishing touches to our plans. That will be the last lap. Because, of course, I know our families in Canada must have been leaving by now or tomorrow morning. So we appreciate all of you. I still remain okay for the Nosiunwa for Maka. Still remain in all province of Biafra land. Mazi Alozie, thank you and for hosting us once again. See Biafrans in Finland and we run it live. Thank you, sir.
There thanks for the nice program. Okay. Thank you. Let me give you a few minutes for those of you that want to call in. I think we have, I'll break for 30 minutes. Go ahead and call in and express your opinion with regard to what they said. +1 484 767 0848. +1 484 767 0848. This is live broadcast from Radio Biafra USA. they and we. They and we. Is them against us. And why should it be them against us instead of we? We work together. We see the same issue. And we experience the same problem. If that is the case, what's our responsibility? What's our responsibility? What do we owe our people? What do we owe our people? If our people are so important, if the things we are seeing are not good, how do we make it right? And who is the one that will make it right? Our leader came to make it right. And enemies of progress, those that hate progress, will not stand it. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Alozie, good morning.
Good morning from here.
Okay. I'm calling here from United States, Midwest specifically. Mazi Alozie, been a while. Good morning. And thank you for the program. And thank you for the work you are doing for the Biafra. And also greeting for my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are. Those who are fighting for this freedom, we also appreciate you for all the work that you guys have been doing. And also, we also pray prayer for Mazi Nnamdi, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who is now illegally, when we say illegally, deeply illegally detained in Nigeria DSS custody, when their own courts have ordered for his release and compensation and taken back where he was picked up and do procedure as the normal when you detain somebody for deportation and follow those procedure. Up to now, the zoo, Nigeria Zoo, when we call them, when the man look at the whole country as a whole called Nigeria, there is something deeply that he see calls Nigeria a zoo. Who in a world, on a living soul human being, will live in a country where you have all type of criminalities onto the government? The people, they call themselves government. Who is this government? Government is also a people, by the people, and ruled by the people. And when you have a government, they have all kinds of criminalities, killing innocent people, killing the people they govern for their own selfish benefit, for their kids. They're not going over there to look for your own benefit. And when you look at that country, what do you call those countries? Do you call that a living country or you call that country a zoo? Obviously, we have seen what happened for many years now. When the man have crying out, when he see those stuff that we haven't seen, that he sees it in the future and crying out up to now, the Nigeria Zoo Republic are still holding Mazi Nnamdi. When they had their own court ordered the man for release. And now, we find out the man have been sick for the medical reason, and Nigeria is still also holding the man. What are you holding Mazi Nnamdi for? Everything that he said is already happened in that zoo. When you go back and listen when this man broadcasting and crying out loud, and crying for the innocent people, the ones that block their ears, don't want to listen, and crying out for you guys. What have he said that never happened in that zoo called Nigeria? What have this man said have never come true, have never come to pass. Look at the criminals ruling the whole nation. About 200 and something million people. They have about 500 criminals. Setting the policy of the whole nation. Setting the laws on their own for their own benefit. Nothing good comes at that country. Now it's getting worse. Why are you guys still holding Mazi Nnamdi? What is he done wrong that what he said has never come out that being exist in that Zoo Republic of Nigeria? What have this man said have not come true? And when you look at the criminals that came in, they're supposed to be in jail. That every other West Africa, these criminals that portraying themselves as the leaders, all of them supposed to be in jail, and some of them supposed to be killed because they have committed innocent killing, massacre. When you look at the terrorism that's going on at that zoo, it was sponsored by the state of government. None of those stuff have never come out, have never even sponsored by the government. Insecurity, namely, what country in the nation have such of insecurity that still existing? They are not creating any job. They don't know what they call they don't know what they call a manufacturing. There is nothing called the human living soul that can produce a benefit, which is what they call, when you call the factory, manufacturing, industry, good roads, light, every living thing. That's the simple thing. When you call the country that also West African country have, they're still running up to now. But these people, they are very wicked. When you look at the wicked sorts of people, there are people you're looking at the wicked, innocent, devilish people is the Nigerian politicians. No, don't expect any one of them. Those people are criminals. And when you try to fight them, they started bringing the ethnics. And that's where they're holding us down. When you try to fight them, they bring in the ethnics. Okay, bring a referendum, let everybody know where they belong. Let everybody go their own way. They said no. Nigerian government, why are you guys holding Mazi Nnamdi? This man have done a lot. He have saved a lot of soul that you guys was planning to kill. Why are you guys still holding this man in your own custody? When your own judge in the country, this is what they call anarchy country, anarchy. The country does not obey the rule of law. Now you have somebody that come in and be called the president, and now the new president right now still calling this man? Why are Tinubu still letting this man stay in a day in Nigerian custody? Is he obeying the Buhari, the terrorist man that just left? Is he obeying his law? Does he have to stay in his own law? Tinubu, the Yoruba people, those ethnic Yoruba people, you guys have to call your president in order. Tell him to release Nnamdi Kanu. Now let this man go get his own medical treatment. As all of them, all these dumb people or whatever they call themselves, they see sick. This night, all of them get sick, they fly themselves overseas. They get a headache, they fly themselves overseas. And these people have not done any good to that country. These people are the ones that are ruling that country. There is no light, there is no good roads, there is no running waters. And those people, they get headache, they fly their ass to the overseas. Why are you guys still holding this man in the custody that's still sick up to today, that have not get any medical attention? Why are the Nigerian Zoo Republic holding Mazi Nnamdi? It's not up to time that you guys let this man go. What have you done wrong? What have Mazi Nnamdi done wrong? That's the question I'm asking Nigerian people. What have this man done wrong? It's not up to time that you guys arise and ask this man for a release. It's not up to time that you guys rise as a nation and ask for one thing to release Mazi Nnamdi. Because all of you human beings that live in that country, this man kept you guys alive. This man kept you, every single one of you guys, call a politician anywhere you are, this man kept you guys alive. Why are you people still holding Mazi Nnamdi? And why are those people calling themselves Igbo leaders? Why are you guys so weak and so stupid as I never see? Cannot come up in a group and demand of the release of this man. Look at all this whole criminality going around of the eastern region. And the people telling people sit at home. Why would you tell people sit at home? Can you provide them with food? Do you know that Nigerian government doesn't know what they call the living soul in that country? Can you provide them what to eat? Are you calling a sit at home? Who are you to call a sit at home? He's sitting at home for what? For who? Mazi Kanu do not tell you guys to sit at home. He tell you guys to go out there to protest, to do what you need to do, not to tell people to sit at home to starve themselves to death. No, he asking you to every nation, every living nation, when they find something wrong, they will come up in a mass sticks and protest. Because even though they protest, they kill all of single one of them. There is one person that's still living, they still have to prosecute all those people, because that's where you call it freedom. Because freedom is never given for free. It's given for by everybody sacrificing. And why the Nigerian people still holding Mazi? It's about the time Tinubu, it's about the time you call for his release. It's about the time you release this man to go have his medical attention. When you sick, you fly yourself to the London, France. Release this man to go have his own medical attention. The court already ordered his release and obey that law. If you guys don't know what they call law, when you guys want to bring anarchy, you will see the anarchy. Release this man. If you guys call yourself a nation, release him and obey the court order. Mazi Alozie, let me leave you right here. Thank you for your opportunity, and thank you for the work you do, and thank you for the time you give me to voice out my voice and my feeling about the whole thing that's going on that makes me sick. Thank you very much, Mazi Alozie.
Thank you. Call out your name and where you calling from. Call out your name and where you calling from.
On this planet Earth, no race like us. And there's no race. The type of killing, the type of intimidation, the type of insult, the type of negligence the whole world have imposed on us, we Biafran people. No race on this earth will accept that nonsense. No race on this earth can never do it. No race. Look at let's don't care for the Jishika. Let us say every institution on this earth trying to this our leaders here in Biafra land. For them to kill us, for them to take our own land and give to foreigners, let us say, it's not IPO. The killing that the Kanu na prison pool. All by the receipt. How do I take the ticket as a super car? Let us give you, we are complete to care. I'm telling you. Let us say, you see this direction of that, completely, one way you may have that one side. If we lose this land, which place is our children go get? If we lose this Biafra, and that is our leaders. Clear picture, God bring our dead and Nnamdi Kanu out. How you know what that's waiting for? Let me protect our son. We are waiting for a perfect that time is now. Don't wait till that. God bring that and Nnamdi Kanu. One day, he went to tell them to talk a command. I was that I wasn't down. Let us ensure this leaders. Complete sanitize. No respect. We respect them. People that help our enemies to come and they see that Fulani want to kill us and they want to take on that. They know that the Fulani are not the same with Igbo. They are not the same with us at all. Nigeria government okay, give us free. They get people to be at the Canada. They want us to treat safety with this injustice. This sort of Sokoto. This is that considered the old that the Biafra and this is the thing that we their customers their children. Let me think of the right today. That is the squad in Romaka. Let's go catch him in that way. How come I not work man? Oh, they get that because of what they have done to us and to our innocent citizens. And that's happening to them still our lives. You see the type of people you get. Then I said, this is the kind of people you get there. If you leave these people, they'll kill our time away over there. It's not time. It's very total for me to like you. So, I only talk about this last one is glad. No only the Biafra will keep it because you have won people for long. You have bring our leader and those of them. Okay, they must people like this. I'm not trying to God bring our leader. No. Everybody say, God bring our leader. How you people are telling us that you're in charge? We let come.
to quote Kikada Masim Jenu, Esther chapter 10, from verse 1 to end. Yana the same Esther chapter 4 there. From verse 1 to Haman pull up to destroy the whole Jews. And Mordecai answered at Esther chapter 3, verse 7, verse 8, verse 9, and verse 13. Very important to get friends anywhere you are on this page. Then after that, doesn't look good. Only our name, even from 2020, push where down. Push where, push. They are taking my hand. Then I said to the Machoma, oh, I am working. Then Britain brought the English level. What are the sacrifices number one? I will take Britain generation that cover our government, our own God. Britain can British city doesn't have the can. You see the Prince of Britain. Britain. Which guy that is like I'm gonna get started to that. It's a time to what I know where I was and everybody die. They don't care for it. It's a time when I was the plan I was at the time. That's all you have to number one now together with the worldwide and you know what. They'll bring our leader Martin of the can and shut to you and I did not. That's possible. Raymond, I want the power to not the time. That the United Nations want to keep holding. Don't be satisfied. Then as they say, American government definitely switch day. All the principles here, when you think they carry shoot to the business, now this is the time they can with the take the watch. If America get good people, when they test is all right, because I don't think their test is all right. If their test is all right, then to believe that they're not to man. I don't think their test is not all right. And that government, this American government does that. Before the question of the American government complete number one. The one that they are complete idiot, complete companies. Now, product like that is not simple. I say I would do to let them bring that and understand. And then I could say, those who are part of our line, I'm your United American. Instead, they will die. We can jump out with the die. That aware. Okay, but I don't want to go for no. Then I thought someone finished with postcard. And the guy just asked the child, my husband America got I never. Oh, I'm short whenever I go to channel one. She said, run up here. Manaka, Manori, Manaf, Manako, yeah,
There were Mazi. There were. This is where okay, let me see. Call your name and where you calling from.
Mazi Alozie.
There were.
Grateful for a job. Very nice job you are doing. Mazi Alozie.
Welcome.
Calling from Amambala. I have to do my special regards goes to them, and I hope Indian will come out very including all those people that are peace, they're not just fighting for freedom. This is many doesn't know that this race is more spiritual than physical. That is why some are getting it difficult by following this way. More spiritual than physical. That's what I'm saying. And it's a very powerful movement. Onyendu knows what he means by saying that we need 100 men. Among millions, that we need 100 men to achieve our aim. If you consider yourself being hungry, and your enemy brings a palatable dish for you, and you reject it, that is being whiter than white, and whiter than. They offer you millions or millions, you reject it, and you don't have trouble. You don't have pain in your pocket. You are hardcore. These people systematically are reducing our intellectuals. Future intellectuals inventors, engineers, doctors, all these things that are the massacring for long. This is what is they are systematically reducing our future intellectuals. And the politician doesn't care to know. It doesn't care to know about that. This is what I term is the bet of the century. BEC, the bet of the century. Well, this is not a race of small kids. I know God Himself punished those enemies of Moses, the wilderness. He knows why He did it. Because those people were supposed not to enter the blessed land, holy land. You may be surprised. It may hurt you. It's very hurting that our people are fooling themselves. Sort of money that you can never buy freedom with, because they believe in wealth. But they don't know that freedom is higher than priceless itself. Freedom is priceless. You cannot quantify freedom with any type of money. See Eguaramado now. Eguaramado, does he like money or wealth or street or buildings? Why is he languishing there now in London, in UK? Because he regards wealth more than freedom. So all the others coming to this so-called sit at home of those foolish ones, madness, at once. I come into these people that don't care to listen to Radio Biafra. If you are an ardent listener to Radio Biafra, no one will preach you concerning all these administrators, what they do. You know, before they mention any nonsense, you know about it. You know where they are picking up. You know where they will land. I'm so surprised that people don't care to listen to this, knowing how even the Zoom government fought against this radio. But still, this radio is still. Are you not surprised that this radio is still powering? Even it's getting to cover all the land of Biafra. And I praise those people that are doing this, because it's not easy. Okay, foreign and so. I do praise you so much. So my brother, you people are trying, all you presenters are trying your best. We are moving. I'm sorry for those ones that are still contemplating whether they will join or not. No begging, because they never know what is coming. Even Britain never know that Almighty, the Elohim, has planned what happened to Pharaoh. The British one will be worse than Pharaoh, because they will not be able to read the handwriting on the wall. So their own will be worse, and it's coming. Also, the Judah that we have in Biafra land, they will see what they will happen to them. Odin Okalo cried, but he didn't cry. He didn't cry well. Others will cry more than him, because they thought that this is that place. They never know. It's more spiritual. I say they are repeating. This is more spiritual. And according to our leader, he said the vultures are gathering, and we have started to identify them. Let the vultures start gathering now, because we don't want them in the Holy Land, the new Biafra that is coming. I wrote about new Biafra in 2016. When people doesn't know what's happening. We are moving. And the new Biafra, even though said that it's the kingdom of God. So what is coming? No, that government is not in the black race. It's never in the black race at all. That is what people will see, what they will believe. Mazi Alozie, thank you so much. Keep on keeping on. We are moving, and we must win.
Thank you. This is where we'll be ending the program. We'll be on the air again tomorrow. We'll see now all the efforts being made by our people. We will continue to make those efforts. It is for us, not for anybody else. We have to do everything necessary to save ourselves. Let me see. Mazi, we're almost done. I'm off. Go ahead. Say what you want to say, but I'm done. Go ahead.
It's okay. Mazi Alozie, I greet you from here, sir. I'm sorry that you are about to round off, sir. My little contribution goes this way. Based on our brothers that came up with Mazi, okay. The last speaker there, he made so many points concerning the politicians in Biafra, from Biafra extraction, serving under Nigeria government. The poor level of those people, they are the poor level of their understanding or mentality, despite them as in posing themselves as leaders or in political arena also. It is very, very disappointing to we as most especially, the central place of this war when you come to the eastern region. Let's use the right word, eastern region. Is these are left remaining 5 states, Igbos, 5 states, this is the real, as in the direct point where all these weapons or stones always land. So these are our people, those that say that they are the political elites. Why most of us always try to, put out our little opinion or contribution is that it is an insult. It's a very big insult to us from where we come from. As in, our inheritance, our own heritage here on earth. As many of us, we are in developed country or countries. I am in Germany, I'm calling from Germany. We have seen what civilization is all about. We have seen what, as in life, good life, and humanity, and love for humanity, as in, despite how corrupt every government all over the world might stand or might appear to be, they love their people. They love their land because it is their pride. That is why they are humans. That's the reason why they can go to any other person that protects his own land and that cherish everything that God gave to them and say, I am from this place. And the people will respect them. How then that is now on our own time, in this 2023 century, that some people, as they are standing in a gap, representing, as in claiming that they are representing something, as in millions of people, that almost 70 million or more than, and they are putting us in this situation, this kind of sorry, as in life condition that we find ourselves. That everybody, no matter where you find yourself, as an Igbo man, your life valued nothing. Nobody, you can be killed, you can be jailed, you can be mismatriculed as anyhow. Nobody will come outside and talk or even ask of what happened or what is going on. Because you have the identity of Igbo. Now talk of Nigeria. Even to the stage of after this election, the whole prophecy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he told them that even 8 years ago, that the next president of Nigeria is Tinubu. Has it come to pass? It happens. Nothing else. Nothing. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophesied or even has revealed to these people, it has come to pass. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Kuje solitary confinement for 2 years
and now, 2 years and some days. What is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya? What was his offense? What was the reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was treated the way he was treated in Kenya before he was forcefully brought back to Nigeria and kept where he is up to today? What is the offense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? After the election, after the humiliation, now to Indigo, after the killing, destroying and killing of our Igbo people in all over Nigeria, even in Igbo land, till today. These people say that they are the governors, senators, House of Representatives, the religious leaders from this particular enclave, from this area. What is still holding these people back from unanimously standing up to this Nigerian country or government and demand for the immediate release of their brother, their son, our sisters that are in this government, their husband? What is holding this our people? These questions at times, it worries me so much that, like when this our brother from America called also, he repeated this question. What is stopping these people? Haven't we been assaulted enough or maybe killed enough? What is still holding these people is the question. Because nothing else you can discuss of, nothing you can talk about in that particular Nigeria that is even important to us than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be out today and tomorrow because of his health. The late Buhari later doubled and replaced. He was having an ear problem. Because of ear problem, he always go to London, like when you travel from Lagos to Ipob, until he passed away. So how now that the same Nigerian government inflicted this pain and injury to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering now from ear problem, not just only ear problem. He's having a heart problem also. And for no reason, for no cause, for no offense, even after the court of the same Nigerian government has decided to say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent, is now discharged. Even acquitted though, because if you narrate or explain this particular judgment, you will understand. Even Mazi Ifeanyi Ejiofor have also explained something like this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man and free. But why is he still hasn't been detained and kept there? And these our people, our leaders, let me say our leaders, because these people they are receiving salary on my behalf. They are receiving salary on my behalf, on behalf of my own children, even on the name of our ancestors. So, what is stopping them to stand up? And in the Igbo in general, everybody akopra. Mazi Alozie, ndewo sir, ndewo. Janu kpọpụta Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ndị Igbo biko ka o wetere no la mma. Ndewo.
This is where we'll be ending the program. Just back on the air tomorrow. Today is July the 4th. You know what it is. We are done. So thank all of you that participated. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Good morning. Is the end of Nigeria. But they played it thinking they will succeed. Today, here we are. There is no way you will ever see us as Nigerians again at the end of this battle. This is one thing you must understand, because this is the last bus stop for our freedom fighter leader, which is Nnamdi Kanu. That is the last bus stop. Detention. One thing you must thank God for is to secure Nnamdi Kanu's victory in appeal. And you must understand that Nnamdi Kanu is not facing trial. He is not facing any trial. We are in the Supreme Court challenging the incompetency of the appeal court panel of, that ruled on the Nigerian stay of execution application, which the appeal court judges knew that Nigeria government must obey the court order of the appeal first by allowing Nnamdi Kanu to go before they will file stay of execution. Now you understand. And today, we have destroyed every charges, all those they are about to make it. He committed this, he committed that. You know what is committed, he will defend himself. Those things have been destroyed in their court. Understand the battle you have won. You know how much they spent in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, and you think that the battle is easy? That's why Nnamdi Kanu said, when they asked him, are you somehow angry or are you feeling so bad? He said, no, not at all. Not at all. Because he knew that what Nigeria is showing him as their own weapon, he have calculated it and know that this is what they would have been doing in our land by bombarding our land. But all their strength, Nnamdi Kanu have channeled it to court so that they will keep exposing themselves. Had we embarked on gun battle, they will do something and deny. They will use Kanu air fighter, they will deny, as they are using it in Enugu. They will throw missiles, they will deny. But in their court, they cannot deny. They are now running away. And shamelessly, the world is